Hello, everybody. I am Bella Bray. You're listening to QTNA, Question That Needs Answers on Amazing 102.5. We are back and better than ever. Well, I am, and my co-host, Jayla Michelle, sadly is not. She is no longer with us for the next week. So, something even more exciting is happening right now. We have two amazing guests, and I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. I'm gonna start with Trinity though.
Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Trinity Jizelle. I'm an artist. I make music. I also do hair. I've been doing hair since I was in high school, so that's my money maker. My fingers are my money makers. And I'm excited to be invited on this and talk about what we're going to talk about today. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming on the show. We really appreciate you.
Of course.
Okay, Lance, your turn.
Yes, how y'all doing? It's an honor to be here at this amazing establishment. I go by the name of Lance. I am a business owner, and I will be expressing myself, telling you all how it is to be in that type of lifestyle and dealing with wonderful people, and then also dealing with people that have, negative thoughts and stuff. But yeah.
We have a really good show here happening today, and I'm really excited. I feel like I haven't been in the studio in a while, so like everyone, if you're watching, send love. Tell me that you missed me, because I love to hear it. But for real, today's topic is finding purpose. I know that everyone, I'm really, really young, so that's a topic that I'm thinking about all the time. Like, what am I doing this all for? Is it even worth it? Should I just, stop and just, take a more secure job? Or should I take even more risks than I'm making now? Life is serious, because, tomorrow I have to wake up and eat again.
Right.
Mm-hmm. It's, really tough. Yeah. So, today's questions that need answering is, do you believe purpose is something we find or something that we create? I'm going to let you guys start first, so go ahead.
Go ahead.
Ladies first, or you want me to go first?
I want you to go first.
All right, so this is how I feel. Purpose, in my opinion, this is me personally, I feel like it's created. The same way I created the world that I'm in today. You know what I mean? So my purpose in life, I feel like, is to reach the lost souls when it comes to people who have probably wandered off in the wrong direction of life. And they need some type of, guidance and understanding, someone that can sit there and not judge you based upon what you went through, but just sit there and listen to your issues. And if we can sit down and come to some common denominator when it comes to the solution of things. But in life, you have to create what you want, because if not, then you'll be considered a sheeple. And that's not what we're trying to do here. We're trying to create our world when it comes to what we want out of life. Financial stability, wealth, health, which was creating a six-pack. I've been trying to create a six-pack for about a couple months, but it's coming.
Right.
So what I got to do to create that six-pack, I got to go to the gym. I got to eat differently. I got to be on a nice plant-based diet and do sit-ups. So it just, that's just a metaphor. But I have to create it.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. How about you, Trinity?
I think it is a find and create relationship. When I think of purpose, I automatically think of Matthew 6:33, which is seek the kingdom first and all things else will be given to you. So seeking something is like you're looking for something, you're going to find something. Mm-hmm. And in the process of searching and finding what your purpose is, you start creating a path for whatever you and God are talking about to be revealed in your life. So I feel like it's both at the same time. Literally, as you're finding it, God is giving you things to do and so now it's up to you to create it and manifest it in real life. And that's how I see purpose. It's both at the same time.
That's really beautiful.
Amen.
You both have really good points of view, and I definitely agree with both of you guys. I feel like life, honestly, okay guys, a little bit controversial, but nothing, it's not bad. It's not bad to be controversial. It just means I'm not like everybody else.
Which is good.
There is an idea called nihilism. And it sounds very pessimistic, where it's there is no point at all. Like, we're born just to live, and we just so happen to be like filling our days with stuff.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, like, oh my gosh, I'm taking so many cool classes right now. I'm taking 2 film classes, and I'm taking 1 class on like gender expression, the queer experience, and all that. And I'm sitting here thinking, oh, my life purpose is to, like, my purpose right now is to get through school and to start my career off, right? But I'm over here taking classes that don't feel like, oh, this is a serious degree.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm over here just like watching crazy German, like 1920 Germans films. I'm like, this is serious? Is this really what life is about?
Right.
But it is.
Yeah.
It's like living your life and just enjoying it, you know?
Yeah, I feel like a purpose, you can see it in so many different like avenues and ways. Like, you can have purpose for business, you can have purpose for your spirituality, you can have purpose in so many different ways. And like, when it comes to like you even just focusing on school, it's like, I'm here for a purpose.
Yeah.
I'm trying to handle this, and this. So once I knock off this, and this, I go to the next step, you know? And so, like, even as you're going through your days, my purpose today is to be happy as I can be, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's like just finding purpose in literally every little thing and doing your best, I feel like, is going to bring purpose. You're going to be living in purpose without even trying by simply enjoying life the best. Like how you say, just enjoy life the best you can and then do your best in all avenues.
Yeah. Like, I'm very, very young. As our listeners know, I'm 20 years old, big slay.
Okay, very young.
So, like, I feel like I'm grown because this is the oldest I've ever been. But then I spend my life around people that are so much older, more older than me. I live with my grandparents. My dad is in his early 60s. So, like, he's lived his life and, like, trying to guide me through mine. And I'm like, bro, I don't want to do what you did, but like, he actually knows what he's talking about.
Right.
And so it's like, every single day I feel like I'm getting so much advice and things like that, where it's like, this is how you should live your life because I've been where you are and I know like what I should have been doing. But I feel like the thing that's like missing in the formula, where like people are trying to give you advice and you're trying to find purpose yourself, is like the actual trial and error of things.
Right.
Like, as a kid, your mom could tell you don't touch the stove, but you won't actually stop touching the stove until you get burned.
You get that feeling of what it's
So I kind of feel like how your father is kind of saying things or may be wanting you to do certain things in his path.
Yeah.
It might not just be that. He just really wants you to gain the wisdom that he has. So he's like speaking with you to tell you certain things that why you won't have to experience them.
Exactly.
Even though we might have to experience those situations on our own, but it's better to hear from the goat's mouth before you have to
Exactly.
go in that direction.
And that's why I actually do listen. Like, I know my dad's going to be watching this and he's going to be like, no, you don't. But like, I really do listen. It's like, I really take it all into account. But at the end of the day, I know that like, I know some things that he tells me, I take it into consideration. Like, a lot of things, especially for my career, like, I really do listen to him, and like, his opinion really matters a lot because he really believes in me, and he's known me since I was in my mother's womb. So like, I really trust whenever he says, oh, you've got it in you to do it, just do it. That's one thing. But other things, it's just like,
I feel
I
that.
want like hey, I want to make bad decisions sometimes.
I feel that 100% because my dad is the exact same way. Like,
Yeah.
and he tells me the exact same thing. Like, he's like, I'm giving you the information that I got so that you don't have to go through certain things and deal with certain things I had to deal with. And I'm just like you. Like, I appreciate it. I acknowledge what you're doing, everything like that. And then it's just certain things where it's like, I'm filtering, like, I'm listening, but I'm filtering certain things because I'm getting older. I'm going to have to make my own decisions, and I'm realizing, like, I'm going to do what I want regardless.
Yeah.
that's true.
But it is up to us as the listeners to have that filter and really intake whatever is supposed to be taken in. And like, I already know you are because I'm always listening, which is good.
Yeah.
But still having your opinion beyond that. And then it's like, that's something that has to grow because you're daddy's little girl until you get older. And it's like, wait, I'm not used to having your own opinion. Usually it's like, whatever daddy says go, you know? And so it's like, you're getting your own opinion, you're getting your own power. And honestly, like, him telling you everything is literally all he can do, you know?
Exactly.
So
but I know that he trusts me. He knows that he raised me right. I'm not going to do anything crazy. But, you know, I'm going to get to a point where, oh, hi, Reggie. He says that it's time for break. I love you so much. Guys, we're having a really good talk, and we have a whole lot of things to say. So I'm going to let us listen to a couple songs, thank our sponsors, and then we'll be back here on QTNA Questions That Need Answers on Amazing 102.5. See you soon. Hello, everybody. I am Bella Bright, and you're listening to the Amazing 102.5 Questions That Need Answers. Yeah, this is like the best show on the radio, and if
Yes,
you
it
aren't,
is.
like, see, you know,
Amazing one.
amazing 102.5. Like, I feel so sorry for the people who aren't listening right now, but lucky for you, our shows are uploaded to our YouTube channel right after the show. Well, I mean, like, I start posting it, so it'll probably take 30 minutes for it to upload. But, like, definitely before 8 o'clock tonight, you can be watching it again at home in your bed eating ice cream. I want ice cream for sure.
Add some brownies to it, you
Oh
know.
my gosh, yes. At home, I actually have an Almond Joy flavored ice cream. That's kind of off topic. So let's bring it back. Let's bring it back, guys. This week we are talking about finding purpose, and honestly, that's a really heavy topic.
Yeah.
Like, finding purpose is so like.
I have a
specific.
question.
Yes.
Do you feel like this, I guess the generation now, like, you know, our age, do you feel like it's a lot of us that's still seeking for a purpose? Or do you feel like a lot of just kind of stop and just kind of got, like, you know, just kind of flow with life instead of actually finding, like, no, what am I here for? I know it's something that I'm here for. Like, do you feel like, what do you think?
Honestly, I think it's like a really good mix because I feel like I was lucky enough to experience a lot of the world. Well, not a lot, but like I experienced a lot growing up because I moved around a lot. So I've got a lot of people on my Instagram that I used to go to school with, young age, middle school, high school, and I'm seeing how all of them are growing up and like coming into their own, and I guess they're watching me doing the same thing, which is kind of scary.
We're all watching
But,
each other.
yeah. Like, I feel like there's two major groups though where it's like some people are they're just here for a good time. They're not thinking too far in the future. And then others are like the opposite where they're like only thinking about the future.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of the group that's only thinking about the future, and I need to stop doing that and enjoy my life now because I'm so young and I want to enjoy this age because I'm only 20 for a year, you know?
Okay, so, like, I feel like I'm more on the other side, too, where it's like, no, I need to know it now, and I need everything, you know?
Yeah.
But being able to create that balance to where it's like, I know this is, like, important to me, but being able to minimize it in a way where I can, like, put other things more important to where it's like, I want to enjoy this. I don't want to stress over, am I doing this right or from, you know what I'm saying? And so actually, like, I don't know, like, gaining a relationship with purpose where it's not so, like, so, I don't know. I feel like purpose can be, will feel pressured by it sometimes.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I feel like that pressure makes us run from purpose. Like, I don't want to, like, and I feel like that's what a lot of people route where it's like, I'm going to just chill. Like, I'm not finna do too much of my life because it's a lot of pressure on you to create something, you know?
I feel like for me, having a vague life goal is what helps me. Because every time I create, so little story. As a kid, my mom used to, every night we would do our nightly prayers and she would introduce us to different kinds of prayers. And sometimes there would be drawing prayers. And then we really liked that because it took longer and so we didn't have to go to bed as early. So we would do that more and more until my mom decided, okay, we're going to sit down and we're going to draw what our life is going to be like in 5 years. And I remember we went back and we found that 3 years later, and what I drew myself as, I ended up being that person. So it's like, it was just like me sitting in my bed writing songs with a choker. But like, I remember the intention of like who I wanted to be, and although it wasn't exactly like that, I kind of was, which is really grateful. Like, I'm really grateful for my mom introducing me to like basically manifestation at that young age. But I feel like the vague not sitting down being like, I have this exact number in my bank account and I have this exact job, I feel like that's what's messing people up.
Right.
Because it's like, I want to be happy with my job is a lot easier than I want to be vice president of Bread of Life, you know? It's like, I'm not going to be vice president of Bread of Life next year, but I'm already happy with my job now.
But that's like there's something towards your path. What's your premonition? So you want to do that in the future.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can
It's
do
like, the big goals where they have specific names, like I've already decided what I want in life is I want to leave some, like I want to have kids, and when I'm gone, I left something from them, so that me dying doesn't just leave them with sadness, it leaves them with generational wealth.
Yeah, a
You
legacy.
know?
You want to build a legacy.
I want to build a
Yeah.
legacy. And so, how do I do that? I don't know, but I'm doing it right now in some
Right.
way.
Well, you can do it by creating your purpose.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So this is
Yeah.
part of it right here. You
The purpose
You
is the
walking in
legacy.
it.
You
You're
know?
walking in it. Like, I feel like you have a vision of your future, and every day, like, you're literally, like, taking the steps to get to that vision. I see it as one big old moving picture. Like,
Yeah.
you see the end, and, like, technically, you're also at that end, but you have to take all the steps necessary to fulfill that picture. And on it, like, having faith will, like, make you shoot for a purpose higher than whatever all the people around you and
Yeah.
everything, you know. And I feel like a lot of people, like, if you really do know God and you really do believe in God, then you should shoot for the highest purpose and know you could get there, because there's nothing that's stopping you, like, for real.
That's right.
I think that, well, okay, so at the heart of the show, we're supposed to be informing people. So I took this as a great time because I've been meaning to, like, actually research all of this for myself, of like different schools of thought for purpose of life. Because although I feel like I have everything figured out, I feel like at the same time I know absolutely nothing, and I'm okay with that. I kind of like that. I like being arrogant in a sense, but I'm educating the masses right now. So I have three main like schools of thought for what the purpose of life is. The first one is Ikigai. I think that's how you pronounce it. Ikai meaning to live, gai meaning reason, benefit, worth, in Japanese. So the concept was basically so many centuries ago, back in like the 1700s. It's basically saying that purpose is in the little things, like waking up in the morning and having like whatever. I don't drink coffee, but like most people do. So it's like waking up in the morning, drinking coffee, and you love that coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Going to work and feeling fulfilled that like, hey, I like my friends at work. I like that I'm getting paid. There's like, the concept is that purpose is from like a combination between your passion, your mission, your vocation, and your profession. So it's like all the little things of everything what you're doing is what you feel fulfillment in, therefore it's your purpose. So it's like if you're getting paid to do something, find a way to enjoy it, have a hobby, like all those things.
Yeah, can you name those things you said?
Oh yeah, it's we should converge our passion, mission, vocation, and profession. So it's just like whatever you're
Literally
passionate
putting
about.
all of you into
Exactly.
one and like living that every day.
For me, I feel like I'm doing that because working here, it's a nonprofit, so I've got plenty of opportunity to like volunteer my time for causes that I care about, and then I'm also here doing my career, and then like I've been learning new hobbies. So I feel like this one is probably one that I believe the second most. The first most though, the first most is existentialism. I feel like I'm not saying that correctly, and I
That sounds
guess.
right. Existentialism?
Oh, okay.
It sounds right.
If you agree
I
with
agree.
me,
The
then
pronunciation is I feel like is presented articulately. So yeah.
okay, good.
Great job.
Because as long as it sounds good, then I'm obviously right.
Yeah.
So that one is basically like human existence has no inherent purpose. Like you aren't born with a purpose; you just create it as you go.
Oh, I'm so opposite.
I don't know.
Really?
Yeah. Because, like, only reason I'm so opposite is because, like, I consider myself a very spiritual girl. So, like, me and my
Yeah.
soul, me and my spirit are very much in communication, very intuitive. And I know, like, whatever's inside, that came from, I didn't just create that. Like, this is something I'm like, oh, like, you taking me on a, you know what I'm saying, on a journey. We're going on a journey. I'm learning from the spirit that's inside of me.
Exactly.
So I know for a fact, it's not just I'm not here for no reason and we just floating along. But that's because that's what my spirit tells me. Like, hey,
Yeah.
we're here for a reason. We got purpose. We're doing something.
And
But
so I think that the next one is something that you're going to identify because this is the complete opposite. It's called subjective life purpose. So that means that you've got a meaning for life, and everything you do,
Revolves around that.
yeah. So it's like, hey, I'm gonna be an Olympian. You train, you eat, you sleep, and it's just like something that everything you do, you feel like if you're like trying to fulfill your purpose, everything goes towards that. You know?
Yes, that I would definitely identify more with that one.
Yeah.
So why do you identify more with the other one? Like, what do you feel like?
The existentialism, I feel like that one kind of makes sense most for me because it's like the idea that I was born with a purpose. I don't like the idea that I don't have any choice in it, you know? So it's like I'm choosing it for myself. I feel like I'm always going to just be a teenager at heart and just don't like being told things.
Right.
So the idea that it's like,
So you want to be like a rebel?
yeah, I really have a rebellious spirit, and
I feel that. I really do. I really do.
it's that's just the whole point.
Okay, I have a question. So, like you saying, because I'm very much a rebellious girl too, so
Yes.
I understand when you say like, okay, if I was born on this earth and you telling me I already got a purpose and saying I don't have no say in that purpose, then like why would I follow that? Like I'm gonna do what I
Exactly.
do, right? What if you were the one who gave you that purpose? Like what if you are that higherness that's like I'm gonna go to earth and I'm gonna do something great, and so you go to earth. And then you live and like, I don't got no purpose. Because you forgot that why you came to earth, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
Like-
something that I think about all the time because I'm really really vibing with the idea of like your higher self kind of vibe.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like before I was born I had everything figured out and then I forgot it all
Right.
being born, and now I'm like
Figuring it back
I'm
out.
getting glimpses of that picture and I'm like,
So
Ooh,
would
that
you
makes
consider
sense.
it like going through a simulation or something like that? When you're trying to figure out, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, or kind of like similar to what you were saying.
When you say simulation in the sense of like, what do you mean? Like to explain, can you go deeper in the question?
Okay. Let's say I'll tell y'all after break. How about
Yeah,
that?
we're gonna say
we
Okay.
are going to save this very intriguing conversation for the next segment of QTNA. Do not turn your dial if you're trying to go to the grocery store. Sit and wait. You do not want to miss this.
You know, because it's
We'll
about
be
to
back,
get
we'll be
hotter.
back.
Trust
It's
me.
about to get good. See you soon.
See you.
Hey guys, I am back and better than ever, and I am Bella Bright. This is Amazing 102.5, and thank you guys for all listening right now. And I know that you have been here since the beginning of the show because everyone's been waiting to listen to my voice. Yes.
Amen. Yes.
We are talking about finding purpose. I have just told you guys like the 3 basic school of thoughts of what like life purpose. Ikigai, existentialism, subjective life purpose. Those are 3 big ones. Definitely research for yourself because it's really interesting, and like this is a topic that nobody can stop talking about. I mean, like I'm sure
every
somebody
human
can,
being,
but,
every
like-
human being wants to know like, what am I
Yeah.
here for?
I have a question, right? So
Okay.
say, for instance, right, and this is just hypothetically speaking,
Mm-hmm.
if we're speaking with God, right, or a high entity, right,
Okay.
and we're praying for this person to do this for us, and somehow we're putting into action, like we're actually doing it and stuff like that. What if it's kind of like we're talking to God like we're speaking to ourselves, like the God within us.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's what I meant by simulation.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh.
Well, then I agree fully. I feel like God is definitely, we grew up kind of learning about a God external from us.
Mm-hmm.
And then the more that you actually grow that relationship with God, you know that He's actually closer than ever. And it's very much on the inside. So when you're praying, you're understanding. I feel like, yeah, you could say it's really in you because it really is in you. It's no other place. Like it's in
Yeah.
you. But then actually understanding what it is in you that gives you the power to manifest as if.
And I feel
Yeah.
that you're absolutely right about that too. So thank you for just validating what I said.
Thank you for
Yeah.
asking.
You guys have some really good opinions about life, and I'm so happy that you guys were the 2 that were just so happy to be chosen for this
That was
episode.
God.
It
though.
definitely,
You know what I mean?
definitely
Yes.
God.
I feel like everything happens for a reason, but then also no reason at all. Of like it was completely random, but this worked out perfectly.
Right.
You know?
And
So-
I'm just so opposite. I'm like, because everything is random, but the randomness is perfectly perfectly articulated and orchestrated in a beautiful symphony. And it looks random to us because we can't
see the whole
fathom
thing.
the extraordinariness of who's
Exactly.
pulling the strings.
Right.
That's why I kind of like, especially recently in my life, a lot has been happening. And before it started, I was getting signs. Like, a lot of people, like, my grandma stopped me in a way that was like, hey, wait, have you heard from your mom recently?
Mhm.
And then, like, literally that same week, my mom showed up for the first time in 8 months, you know? And then, like, it was like, I heard chimes, which my mom loved. I started seeing angel numbers, which she would always, like, and even now I'm still seeing a whole bunch
Like
of angel numbers.
777. I seen you got a 7 on you.
I do.
Yeah.
So what do these synchronicities like mean to you? Like whenever you spot them, you're aware of them, and it's like, oh, what was that? Or like, you know.
I think that, like, okay, as a kid, when my mom's parents died, she really dived deep into her spirituality in a way she hadn't before. That combined with she was getting her master's degree in divinity, it was just like every single day she was, Amanda's outside. Every single day she was like finding ways to hear from God. And so whenever I see, like, every day, 3 times a day, I'll see an angel number on the clock. I think that, like, that's me kind of like my inner self is reconnecting with the self that I was the last time my mom was in my life. Where it's like, there are certain times when, like, everything aligns for a second, and I feel like I'm in that spot right now.
Okay.
You know?
I really do love that, and it's gonna feel like that for a second, and then it's that perfect clarity moment, like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I see, and then everything has to start again, you know, because that's
Exactly.
what a cycle is, and I feel like we get oh, like, yo, I'm not seeing it clear anymore, like, am I even on the path anymore? And
Exactly,
it's like, bro, you was
exactly.
just yesterday we said it was good, so today trust and believe you're good, but it's not always gonna feel so clear and feel so
Exactly.
like, oh, I know what I'm doing, but to just know that I know what I'm doing even on a day where it's a little cloudy and it's not, so, you know. And it's just a walk of life. Like this, I didn't know how beautiful life can be before I understood that I'm supposed to be walking on this earth with purpose. Like I wasn't always like so fired up about, like, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
When you were younger, when you felt like you was quiet and shy?
I was definitely outgoing when I was younger. Like even I remember I used to cheer all the time, cheer Little League. Even when I got to like middle school, and I was like cheer captain. Like you know, I was very much outgoing. I was always on stage performing like different shows in middle school. So like I wouldn't say that I was quiet, but I was very observant. So even though I'm like, okay, I'm in here, but I pay a lot of attention. I would say I pay a lot of attention, and I took that into adulthood.
So you wasn't never shy then. So you really was just always like the life of the party, outgoing. So it's like you're destined to be in a position
I've had
that you're
shy
in.
moments. I feel like I'm coming out of a shy moment of my life, because you know, like as a
Yeah.
kid, nobody cares. Like we all don't, like we're all outgoing. We have that spark in us. We're doing our thing, and then as you get older, it's like life starts happening, and you
It
start
teaches
kind
you
of
to
going to this
get small.
yeah, this shell, and it's like I've just really been reminding myself, like, bro, when you was young, these opinions that flow through your mind about what other people may think, that wasn't even existent. So that means you can create a space in your life and your reality where it's still not existent, and you can be that full self without feeling any judgment from any direction, even if you was getting it, you know.
Right.
Exactly.
And creating that space for yourself.
And then when you think like that, that's when you able to just flourish even more because you're not second guessing yourself.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And I'm
Yes.
literally just getting out of that season of
Okay.
second guessing, and I'm like, bro, you gotta believe it. Like that's the only way it's gonna work.
It's like riding a bull. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You just gotta grab life by the horn.
You gotta go. Exactly.
I feel like right now in my like actual right now in this time of my life, I have like literally I've seen myself become who I've always wanted to be, and once that happens, it's like, okay, well, what do I want now? Like I feel
Girl,
like
you're only 20. Like that's exciting.
I know.
To think like,
so
oh,
it's like I'm finally like when I was a kid, I was like, when I go to college, I'm gonna finally be able to be me. I'm gonna have friends. I'm gonna have a good job. I'm gonna be good in school finally. Like every single thing that I wanted for myself, I got it last year, and it's so beautiful. And now it's like, okay, I'm who I've ever always wanted to be. It's not new anymore. I'm like walking in it. It's not surprising. This is who I am, and I truly don't feel like I'm ever gonna go back. It's just like now it's boring.
You're
almost,
forever
you know?
becoming. It can never be
Yeah.
boring because you're forever becoming. Like, just because you are who you wanted to be years ago today, don't mean you finna be the same person years ago, years from now. You're gonna start. Okay, this is who I am. I love who I am. What more do I want to become in this life? I'm only 20 years old. I could do this, and that. And so you start adding things to, like, you're a collection of energy, memories, love, light, and you just start adding all this stuff to who you are, and so that it never gets boring. Like, we're on an earth where people get paid for making, like, big old statues, like, of chocolate giraffes.
Yeah.
Like, I seen it on TikTok, and
Yes.
they're getting paid for it. So I'm like, bro, you can do anything on this earth. You should never be bored. You should never be nothing. Like, keep
feel like
growing in any
This
direction.
day and age was the perfect time for me to be born because I can't imagine what I would be doing if I was born in the same year that my parents were in.
Right.
Like, the jobs that
Well,
I got
you
now
gotta-
weren't even available.
True,
you know?
but you gotta
True.
look at the age of where your parents were born back then. They did what they had to do for you to be in a position that you are in. Definitely when it
Yeah.
comes to the injustice with society. Excuse me.
No, it's cool. It's me.
All of the battles they had to go through. It wasn't easy. You know what I mean? So now it's still not easy today because like you all have to continue that fight, continue that thriving to make people become believers.
Yeah.
Make people understand that you got to put God first, and also for us to be respected
I think
as
that,
a
like,
people.
To be respected as a people, that's really sitting heavy on my chest.
That's like,
as a black woman, like, you know what I'm saying? Very
like,
much.
I know this is kind of pessimistic, but right now, it's like, especially right now, we have Kamala Harris running for president, and so, like, there's a lot of, I actually believe she has a shot. When she first announced it, I was like, bro, this sounds like a joke. I was, like, so mad. You can ask anyone, like, I first found out when it was Sunday dinner, and, I was like, why would they do that? Like, y'all need to quit and just hire me because I would do better. But, like, I feel like right now, it's not even anything that, like, what does she stand for or anything. It's the idea that a black woman is president. You
I
know,
think-
now that she's done it, more people can do it.
I think this whole system need to refine everything. I feel like we still living off a constitution that say black women is 3/4 of a person.
No,
like, I feel like
exactly.
all that got to be rewritten. I feel like a lot of stuff just has to, like, let's tear it down, let's rebuild it, like, from the minds of all of us instead of the minds of old white men. Because we're still working from those rules because that's what's written down.
I feel like we have to go to break, but first I'm going to say this one thing. I feel like my generation, Gen Z, we're all, like, becoming of age, if not now, in the next few years. And I feel like we are entering a new cycle of revolution that was similar to the 60s. Super excited for it because my dad was born in the 60s and his mom was, like, young, like, closer to my age in the 60s. Well, maybe a little bit older.
But hold on, not to cut you off. I feel like y'all, right? You're going to have to do what they did in the 60s where it's called black love.
Yeah.
So just everything that's black, love it, nurture it, feed it. Like, that's going to make the unity stronger and stop the violence with the young men.
Yeah, that's
You know
what I
what I mean?
was saying.
Yeah.
Like, we're entering this state of, like, revolution,
It's
and
gonna
the
change.
way that we support ourselves is by supporting ourselves.
Yeah, and I feel like as a people, we are definitely doing way better with that. Like, really putting out, like, something's got to give, and we're the
Yeah.
ones who got to give it.
Exactly.
You know?
I feel like I'm gonna always say this. It's like we really, Jalen just commented, we have to come together. Like, I completely agree that we need to bring back black communities because that's where you find purpose. Where you're with people. Like, it's not like your community can only be with people that's the same race. But there is a special connection that you have.
And I think it's a lot about changing the conversations in the communities because we gather all the time.
Yeah.
But it's about when we gather, what are we talking about? What are we doing? What is going on here? Because if it's a lot of if it's a lot of crazy stuff, like, we're wasting time and we're wasting
Yeah.
our energy and we're not putting good effort to where we can go as a people, you know?
The collective purpose, oh my gosh, that could be next week's episode. Like, there is so much more to talk
Right.
about on this topic.
The collective purpose, I like that.
But right now we have to go to break, music, sponsors, but don't get out of your car. If you're on the highway, stop right there, wait for us.
We'll be
just,
right back.
just get on the shoulder. You can wait a little while.
We'll be right back.
But
Let your soul glow.
yes, we will be right back right after these messages. Oh, hello everyone. I am Bella Bray, and we're back on Amazing 102.5, the best radio station in Houston, Texas. That is my opinion, but it's also a fact because I'm never wrong about anything. Never wrong about anything in my whole entire life. So you're back listening to the most amazing station, and I don't know what to say. Like, that's your life purpose.
Oh, she's funny. That's your life purpose, to be here right now.
Yeah. You're watching this whole entire show to find life purpose, and I just told you to sit here and listen to my show every single week. But unfortunately, it's the end of the show, and I feel like we had a beautiful arc of defining life purpose for individually, like for ourselves, and then we kind of like ended it like touching on like a collective purpose.
That was dope. That was dope.
Guys, that was not scripted. Like, let's give a round of applause for our guests, because y'all really brought it today.
Yay.
I love that. So normally at the end of our shows, we have our guests tell people where they can find you and tell your favorite part of the show and say something inspiring for people who are finally going home, done doing circles around their neighborhood, trying to watch this, so that they can go home and think, wow, that was so inspiring.
Okay, you want to go first? I'll go first.
Yes.
Okay, my name is Trinity Jizelle. You can find me on Instagram, Trinity Jizelle, Jizelle. On YouTube as well, same thing, Trinity Jizelle, everything. My favorite part about this show was meeting you guys.
Aww.
And actually,
Oh, thank
like,
you.
I love
appreciate
the
that.
topic that, like, I didn't know what topic it was until y'all made the post, and I was like, this is perfect, because I love talking about purpose. So the topic was my favorite part. And something inspiring to say is love God, love others. It's really so simple.
I love that. How about you, Lance?
Yes, my purpose in life is to be a person, to be an entrepreneur, have many businesses, real estate, breed animals, meet beautiful people, beautiful ladies like yourself all over the planet, because I stayed in Australia, and I'm going to give me a little island spot. But I also own a business called The Magic Flower, which is a dispensary and a lounge, 2-in-1. It's located off of 5808 Cullen Boulevard in Houston, Texas. You can come and book your event. We do yoga events. We do spiritual events there where we praise and we meditate. It's a place where people find love there as well. And we also reach out to the youth to, enlighten them on loving thyself and treating each other like kings and kings, to stop the violence in Houston, Texas. Much love.
Amen.
And a positive word I like to say today is unity. Always remember that,
Amen.
and take it with you around this planet as your life journey. And thank y'all for inviting me here too. This is a lovely, beautiful establishment. Thank you.
This week, I'm going to say that my favorite part of the show was just being back in the station. I know I've said that before, because normally whenever I'm out for a little while, it's just like,
Yeah,
I love
you
being
said at
here.
the beginning.
It's like, I love being here. And it's like, something my boss says is like, her work is like her church, And I'm really starting to understand like what she means when she says that. So, yeah, I'm just so thankful for you guys for listening. So I have a platform to be here and just tell everybody what I think about the meaning of life is, even though I'm 20 years old. Like, I haven't lived that much life.
Still
but
valid.
Still so valid, because I've still lived a life, y'all. Like,
Right.
don't even play. And then, hold on, what did I say? My favorite part? And then something inspiring. Something inspiring is that, guys, every single day you wake up is a day that you woke up and somebody else didn't. Don't waste it.
Right.
Like, every day you wake up and there's something you don't like about your life, there's somebody who wished they had something about your life. So don't be like, you can be sad, but don't be pessimistic. Like, your future is out there, and it's gonna be so great. It'll be better than you ever even planned. So like, we're getting to the end of the
Be
year. Let's
blessed.
finish it right. You know.
Strong. What we got like 5 more months, 6 more months till. How many more months till?
We already in.
Are we in September yet?
We
Almost.
finna be in September.
September starts tomorrow. Yeah, we running out of time in 2024, but guess what? 2025 will start off right. I manifested for all of y'all.
Great New Year's resolution for everybody.
Yes. Well, guys, we are coming up on the 7th hour of the evening. I don't know why I said it like that.
I like how you said it.
Yeah, I don't know why I was giving news vibes. We're coming up on the 7th hour. But hey, stay tuned. Fridays at 6 o'clock. You better be back because we got even better topics every single week. We always do better than we did last week. So I'll see y'all soon.